Hello everyone, welcome to the channel once again. I'm continuing with the Power Automate series, and the agenda of today's video is what is Power Automate. We'll see, and we'll check whether we can directly migrate our SharePoint Designer workflows to the Power Automate, and then we'll look the pricing model of it, and then we'll go to the official documentation and check what are the limits and the configs of the Power Automate. So let's start the Power Automate series. I hope you'll enjoy, and if you like the videos, please do like, share and subscribe the channel. So let's start. Now what is Power Automate? Now this is the official documentation where you can go and check the definitions of. You can go to docs.microsoft.com and then the Power Automate. So what Microsoft says is Power Automate is a cloud-based tool which can be used to automate your business processes, send automatic reminders of past due tasks, move business data between systems on schedule, connect to almost 300 data sources or any public available API, or you can automate the task of your local computer as well, like computing data in Excel. So it's an automation tool by Microsoft which you can use to automate your task, to automate your processes. So this is the Power Automate, and it has a very exhaustive documentation. You can read it from here. And then how do you go to the Power Automate page? So this is my office dashboard. From here you can either go click here and then here go to Power Automate, or you can click on all apps and then it will be listed, and then you can filter from here also, Power Automate. So this is the Power Automate. Now once you will click here, you will be redirected to the Power Automate dashboard. Now this is my home screen where you can see a left menu. We'll explain this left menu in coming videos. And this is the Microsoft Power Automate Help Office 365 Smart Worker. So these are the templates which is already given. Start from the template or the popular services. Now if you want to check about the pricing model of it, you can directly and go here and click the pricing. So it will redirect you to the pricing. What are the pricing models available? Now per user plan $15, per user plan with attended RPA. So what is this RPA and how we can use it with the flow? We will cover this in the coming video. So this is 40, and then per flow plan is 500. Now why I am explaining pricing model here? Because for this Microsoft Flow or Power Automate, it becomes very important. I have my personal experience in which if a proper capacity planning or the proper subscription model is not done with your Microsoft Flow, because it has a lot of limitations at various stages. If you move to production, you will face problem and it will be stuck for some time and then it will restart again. So this is the general thing. In the last 6 months I have faced in one of my flows, it is stuck for that day because it has hit the action limit of that day, and then it has started again the next day. Then we were wondering what happened, and then upon exploration we find that it has hit the limit. In the second workflow, it has hit, like, continuous error was happening and it was put on hold for almost 1 month. So these limitations and the capacity planning for Microsoft Power Automate, it becomes very important. So that's why I'm in the initial stages of my tutorial, I'm explaining to you now where you can go and check this. So you can go limits and configs, limits of automated schedules, and while you are doing the capacity planning, you have to be thorough with this. Now there are few subscription models like low, medium low and medium low 2. So in this you can check, this is free Microsoft 365 Power Plan 1, Power Plan 2 comes with medium low, and then Power Medium Low 3 with the Dynamic 365 account, and then the medium, and then Power Automate Flow Plan. This is for the high. Now why I am saying this? Because you see there are action request limits. And what is this action? Even if you initialize a variable, that is counted as an action. So if you read the fine prints of it, there are limits to the number of action executions a flow can make. These executions count all type of actions, including connectors actions, HTTP actions, built-in actions, or initializing a variable to a simple compose action. Even if you initialize a variable, that is counted as an action. Now these limits could at the first glance looks very high, that execution per 5 minutes, these many, execution 24 minutes. But if you move to production and your flow is being used by a department or a company as a whole, So this limits would be hit very easily. So this has to be studied, and while doing the capacity planning, these things should be kept in mind so that your workflow runs smoothly. Runtime endpoint request limits. Now this 1000 and these all things. Content throughput limit, flow definition limits, and my flow limits, so and the durations and everything. Now limits on how long flow will remain turned on before they expire and get turned off. So flow with errors, if 14 days you've hit the error, it will be turned off. A cloud flow that has triggered or action which fails continuously will be turned off. So if proper housekeeping is not being done to your flow and nobody noticed that it has, like, your flow is hitting errors, it will be turned off automatically. And the dormant flows also, if you're like 60 days for free and trial plans 90 days for the 365 plans, no expiry limit for all others. So if your flow is dormant, it will be turned off also. Concurrency looping and debatching limits. So there are a lot of limits: throughput limit, action request limits. So these all limits are there. So before you start developing your Microsoft Flow for the general enterprise solution, you have to do a proper capacity planning, because for flow it's very important. Now from the flow dashboard also you can go to the documentation, where you can go. So here you can find the learn, and then when you click on this, you will be redirected to here, to the documentations of the Power Automate. So from there also you can go and check. So now the question is, can we directly migrate designer workflows to the Power Automate? The straight answer is no. You cannot directly import your SharePoint designer workflows to the Power Automate. But few things you can do. Obviously, the first thing, you can make a data flow diagram or the workflow, but it would be handy if you prepare a diagram, or you can check the step-by-step processes what are being implemented, and then you can implement a Power Automate. And designer workflows are already deprecated, although it is being supported. Think till 2026 Power Automate will be replacing the designer workflows. So it's obvious that you learn Power Automate, and it's very interesting, and it has lot of connectors, lot of inbuilt templates which you can use, and you can make workflows in minutes. So I hope you will enjoy the journey of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and please do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much.